Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and for the first time I am looking at my screen with these new glasses I got. They're these progressive lenses where the top is for seeing distances far away and the bottom is for reading. And so at age 45, I guess I've finally arrived at that point. And my father was actually telling me I need to get the surgery to fix my eyes, and I don't know if I want to do. I'm not a big surgery guy. I don't like doing that kind of stuff, especially my eyes. That would be really weird. But anyway, for now, these glasses, they said it takes 2 weeks to get used to them. So I'm having to bend my head down to see my screen, and it's very awkward right now. But anyway, so this is from Sergeant Obi-Wan. When the internet first started, no one knew what the @ sign was. Many say the world is not ready. No one is ready until it happens. Knowledge is power. Do research and be ready. And this little tweet here kind of hit home with me because I can remember when I was at Auburn University, and it was about 1993. I graduated high school in around 93. I remember them introducing to us that we could get an email address, and it had like the auburn.edu on the end of it. And I remember looking at that and talking to my friends about it and saying, well, why would we need an email address? What is that? And then, of course, we started to see the .com this, .com that, and it was so foreign to all of us. Nobody knew what any of this stuff meant. And he makes a very good point here. All of this blockchain stuff and all of the like today, we were talking about sending XRP to Coinbase and how you have to have you have to put in a destination tag and all that. All of these things right now that seem so foreign to everyone else, by the time that it's familiar to them, you and I will have cashed out because you and I we'll be laughing about these times when we had to figure out all these things. And so this is a very good point that Sergeant Obi-Wan is making here. Okay, next. This is from Crypto Arry. And if you don't follow her, go and listen on YouTube. She has a channel. She's the XRP community source out of Japan. And she speaks Japanese as well as English. And so she helps us understand what's going on over there when everybody's confused. She tweeted this out, and you can follow her on Twitter at SENTOSUMOSABA. After witnessing 2 days of denial of service attacks on Amazon Web Service, which SBI planned to use, and Martin Jetter, chairman IBM Europe, strongly advised private environment must be used and new gov. Leverage trading ratio rule discussion, SBI VC live order book implementation is July. So what she's saying here is that she's acknowledging that from her perspective, they've moved it to July. I think I found something that actually it's out of place. Let me go ahead and jump to it. I got this from Ed French at Ed French 12, and he said he found what has been going around, and we've confirmed that it is from SBI Holdings. It's from a presentation that was actually today is what this is from. Daiwa Investment Conference Tokyo 2019. If you pull this and you go to page 65, okay, it said this is the slide that was going around earlier today, and I had a question as to whether this was an old slide. Well, apparently it's a slide from today. If you look here, it says 2019, and then down here it says exchange service. The scheduled beginning date was changed to July from March 2019 in line with the introduction of private cloud to enhance security in response to changes of regulatory environment for leverage trading. So I think that pretty much confirms what we thought. Okay, Now that we've gone over that, I want to go back to this. King Solomon at XRP_Al sent me this, and I thought this was the coolest thing I've read in a while. I've told you that the world is going to be tokenized, but this is one of the articles that really has hit home. I couldn't even begin to say all these names. These are fine arts like Picasso, Pablo Picasso, and David Hockney's portrait of an artist all have in common. What do they all have in common? Well, other than the fact that all three of them were sold at auction during 2018, they each exchanged hands for a value of between 90 and 157 million apiece. These price tags may seem incomprehensible to all but the most elite art investors, yet is representative of the extreme end of the art investment spectrum. And then here's the interesting part of this. By 2025, investing in art may no longer be reserved to the super rich, and you could purchase as much or as little as you like for a fractional ownership of an artwork. Tokenizing artworks in this way could bring benefits to both investors and artists. So imagine, let's say that you love art, but you're like most of us and you can't afford some expensive piece of art, but you're a Picasso fan. Imagine Picasso's paintings being on blockchain and tokenized, so that you, as an art fan, could invest. Let's say you could own 0.5% of one painting of Picasso. That is the world that we are entering, and through Ripple and the Interledger protocol, you may be able to exchange that tiny percent ownership in a Picasso into XRP or into Bitcoin or into JP Coin or whatever at some point down the line. And as I've given the example several times, you could be in the grocery store and literally go from your tiny percent ownership in a painting through XRP or through Bitcoin eventually into who knows, Kroger coin, or in whatever currency or digital asset they accept at the store you're in. That's where this is all going. Tokenization of the world. And the beautiful thing is, with tokenization of the world, it sloshes around trillions of dollars on all these trading platforms. All of it will be in one basket. It'll all move and flow in a liquid fashion. Now, when all that money's flown around with XRP, guess what happens to our investment? Boom. Exactly. Okay, moving along. I wanted to show you this. I've talked about this a lot, and now Binance Academy has added a section here so that you can learn about hyperinflation and how that might help digital assets. I wanted to read this part to you. Since Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are not based on centralized systems, their worth cannot be determined by government or financial institutions. Blockchain technology ensures that the issuance of new coins follows a predefined schedule and that each unit is unique and immune to duplication, immune to printing. Ding, ding, ding. These are some of the reasons why cryptocurrencies are becoming increasingly popular, especially in countries that are dealing with hyperinflation, such as Venezuela. Similar occurrences can be seen in Zimbabwe, where digital currencies, peer-to-peer payments, have seen a dramatic rise. That's exactly what I've been saying, folks. All right, next. This is from Stewart_XRP, at Stewart_XRP. This is from the DC Blockchain Summit, March 6, 2019. Today, Brad Garlinghouse, he talks about the JP coin. You need to all go watch this guy. I'm not going to play the video, but you need to all go watch this. Once you listen to Brad Garlinghouse talk about this JP coin, it makes it very clear. JP coin does not solve a problem. It's the same old, same old. The whole point of, and Brad Garlinghouse has been saying this for years now, if your digital asset solves a problem and has utility, then it can have value. JP coin will never have any value besides being worth what the US dollar is worth. And in my opinion, that's not very much. Okay, finally, I wanted to show you, this is from C3 Nick. If an exchange sells their customer data, they essentially disrupt themselves. It gives their competitors who value privacy a massive edge. Binance, are you going to lead the way on this by putting privacy first? And then he says it concerns everyone who deals with cryptocurrencies. Please consider and retweet to support this. Thank you. And I'm not sure if, I think that this is coming from when Coinbase, there may be something more recent, but Coinbase handed over all of their, and I think they went through a lawsuit to do this, but I think there was recently some articles about how some of these digital asset exchanges are selling their customer information. And so, yeah, this is important, okay? So, and Binance is in a position with it being one of the biggest, but they're in a position to put a stake in the ground on this and say, we're not going to do this. I'm the digital asset investor, and my eyes are kind of blurry right now. I'm trying to get used to these glasses. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that it's going to take the digital asset investor a couple of weeks to get used to these progressive lenses. Thank you for listening.